attention teams. Anyone wanting to apply for the Innovate Award can put your application for the Innovate Award in the blue crate up here next to the check-in table that Mr. Robert is holding up right now. So the blue crate right up there, that's where you can apply for the Innovate Award. Excuse me. Attention 75442G. We are all waiting on you at this point. Please get to inspection as soon as possible. Thank you. 75442G. Please get to inspection as soon as possible. Miss Lackey, please come to the fields. Miss Lackey, please come to the fields.
I hadn't seen him in years.
Attention teams, we're going to do our drivers meeting in 5 minutes. Drivers meeting in 5 minutes. In the stands right in front of the field. Drivers meeting, 5 minutes in the stands right in front of the fields.
With 5-minute cycle times after lunch.
I do a 4-minute cycle all day, but that's just
Well, the junior high, last time we got junior high, they were slow for unexplainable reasons. What's wrong? That's a very large question.
That's broad.
This morning, I had a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah, let's
This is
fix
my
that.
second 7-Up, but no Dr. Pepper.
Okay, 6-minute cycles in the morning, 5-minute cycles in the
I'm
afternoon.
surely we can do 5 and 5.
I would think 5 would be
Yeah, 5 should be plenty.
Trying to figure out the max cycle time.
We did 4-minute cycles last week, and we couldn't quite keep up with it after we got behind.
I mean, we only ran like 30 minutes behind last week.
Yeah,
it wasn't
which
bad.
still is fine.
There was no catching up.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We were 30 minutes behind the
We're
whole
full,
time.
yeah.
There was no way to regain ground.
Yeah, I do 5-minute cycles all day then.
Okay, so that puts 36 before, 18 after.
And how many per team?
Total number, oh, that's 9.
Do we want to cut it any shorter than that, though? That sounds like about the length of time it needs to run. Huh? They have to run at least 8.
Okay,
Fine with me.
here's
Get out here early.
8
I'm good with it.
going 1 to 2 after lunch.
Perfect.
That works.
So that's 9 to 12, and then 1 to 2,
And we will probably be a lot faster than that. If we can get on the
8
roll.
qualification matches. Matches per team is 6.5 before and 2.18 after.
So, do we want to do...
No.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all decide what y'all want to do. I'll go along with it. right, teams, it has been 5 minutes, so that means it is time for our drivers meeting. All drivers, come to the stands right here in front of the fields. All drivers, please report to the stands in front of the fields. It is time for our drivers meeting.
Good morning and welcome to the Region 2 Junior High Championship. We have a few things to go over real quick. The pits are quarantined, roped off for a reason because this is student-centered and it should all be you back there working on things, back there fixing things, back there programming things, back there working on notebooks like you do. Yes. So coaches and parents are not allowed in the pits except for emergencies. There will be adults in the pits, however. The judges will come through and interview you. Please remember to be courteous to those judges because it's going to be very important. If you turn down an interview, you might not get another. Just saying that. If you are on your way to the field because you have to run, you can tell them that and they will work with you, okay? There are reasons that are acceptable to put them off.
And if you're in an interview and it kind of takes a little longer and you're not up to the field quite yet, you're not going to get in trouble if you were in an interview. Okay, it's okay, I promise.
Yes. Just send somebody to tell us that's where you're at and we'll wait, okay? All right, entrance and exit. There is an entrance into the pit area over there. That is your way to skills. That is your way to staging. Staging are marked with blue and red numbers at the end of the table for field 2, which is over there, and field 1, which is right here. Now, something I want you to be very careful of, we do have a live feed going. I need you to stay away from the cameras. And so when you come around, like, don't come this way to go to the fields. Do not cut through here to go to the fields. When you need to step around to place a robot, only one person should be over here to place the robot, okay? Same on that side because of the cameras. Exit, you're going to enter, like I said, this way. You're going to exit that way. You enter skills that way. You exit skills down the stairs over there. Drive team tags, if you do not have a drive team tag, you cannot be at the field. And lunch orders are due by 9. Please make sure you get that done. We've gone over the barrier tapes. Please don't go over, under, through the barrier tapes. We've put up plenty of gates for y'all to get in, entrances and exits. If you're going to cut metal, there are plenty of plugs outside the building, so please do the cutting outside because of this floor. Match loads and goals, I'm going to let your ref talk.
Okay, well, if I don't cover those, let me know. I think I do. Is G6? I don't have G6 on here. I have the G8. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll talk about that. Okay, so a few things I'm going to stress because some of you have had me as a ref before, others have not. But it's state, so there's no leniency today. We're following the rules all day. I'll give you a warning your first match, and then after that, you will be disqualified accordingly. Depending, it'll be situation by situation. So just know these are rule updates that I'm going to go over real quick. Breaking the plane in Auton. If you break the plane in Auton, The Auton automatically goes to your other, to the other alliance. Remember, breaking the plane is under the bar, across the tape on the line, or the vertical barrier of the goals. You cannot break the barrier. If you do, I will say Auton goes to the other team, and that's how we're going to roll. We're not arguing. We're going to move on. Another thing, remember, as elevation all season has been protected at 30 seconds in that elevation area. You just couldn't touch the bar. Now, be mindful, and I'm going to give you a hint that's going to save you most of the day. The update to the rule was the last 15 seconds, the bars right here, you can't touch. Everybody knows that, right? So when that 30 seconds hits, I'd get clear of this area because you will get a warning and then you will get disqualified if you're messing with somebody's elevation, okay? That is something that I will call and all the things. So pay attention to where you're at. You are responsible for your robot and your robot's position. Another thing, G10, controllers must stay connected to the field until I say the field needs to be reset. If you unplug your controllers and something happens, that's on you, not on me. Remember, holding and lifting. If you're going to drive up under somebody, I'm not going to call them for holding because that was on you, okay? This is a very defensive game. So pay attention. Again, you're responsible for your robot. And don't forget match loads. You need to be touching the bars in the corner for the match loads. I will call you on that too. Other than that, it's going to be a pretty fun day. And you got to stay within the tape on the sides, which we all know this by now, hopefully. So, anybody have any questions? Okay, if you do want to challenge a rule, you're going to have 1 minute to pull it up because we want to run a smooth tournament. I'm not going to stand there and go look for it all day. If I'm calling you on something, I'm going to show you the rule so you know. But if you want to challenge anything, you need to have the rule pulled up. So,
Okay, the other thing is watch the feeds, watch VEX Via. Know when you're up, know when you should be at staging, because if you don't make it to staging and you don't make it to the field, it's a no-show, okay? We're not going to send a search party out after you. We don't do that in high school. We're not going to do that today, okay? All right, any questions? See somebody in green with a volunteer shirt, and we will be happy to help you. Match loads, tournament schedules are ready, so you can pick those up from Mr. Robert. Do you have a question? Yes. Not in the last 15 seconds. Not in the last 15 seconds. Okay, any more questions? Yes, sir. No, you cannot force someone else into a penalty, but if you're messing with somebody or somebody pushes you at that point, that is a penalty. Okay? All right, any more questions? We're going to follow match schedule. Yes. Go ahead, just say it. It's fine. It's gonna be a play-by-play. It's gonna be up. Those are ref questions at the field at the time. Okay, match schedules are out. Everybody ready? Any more questions? All right, we're good to go. Have a great day today and have fun.
And with that, we are ready to start our Texas Region 2 Middle School State Championship right here in Miller Grove. So we are now queuing match number 1. Match number 1, go ahead, grab your robots, make any last-minute adjustments, and report to field number 1. Match number 2, go ahead and start heading this way as well. Match 3 and 4. Start reporting to the queuing tables. Matches 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are now queuing on field 1 and 2 and queuing table 1 and 2. As you're making your way to the fields, we're going to pause for just a moment for our national anthem to kick things off. So as you're starting to head this way, pause just a moment for the national anthem. So if you would, please stand, remove your caps as we honor our nation. Thank you, Aiden. Qualifying match 1, qualifying match 2, please report to fields 1 and 2. Qualifying match 1 and 2, please report to fields 1 and 2. All right, for our first match today on the red team, we have 75442U, You're Bad from Farmersville, and 32410K, Hammy from Redwater. On the blue side, we have 23835D from Sulphur Springs Middle School, the Circuit Breakers, and 75442N, the Cheesy Homies from Farmersville. We are ready to roll as soon as everybody gets plugged in and all of our lights are green. Please make sure that your controllers are on when you get to the field. As soon as you get here, turn your program on. We got all 4 green lights. Don't forget about your safety glasses as you're headed this way as well. Safety glasses are important. We saw a couple people get hit with tri-balls last week at the high school tournament. Let's make sure we're protected today. Match 2, go ahead and report to field 2. All right, we've got all 4 lights are green. Are we ready on the blue side? Blue teams, are we ready? Now give me a thumbs up. Ready on the red side. They give me a thumbs up. We're going to start things off in 3, 2, 1. And they're off. A red robot, a blue robot, another blue robot, all move. And my mic's cutting in and out. Hopefully that won't happen all day. Blue scores a blue try ball in the. That's going to be good for 5 points in this autonomous. I believe autonomous is going to go to the blue team, and we're going to move on to driver control in 3, 2, 1. They're off and moving. Once again, our blue teams are going to be from Sulphur Springs and Farmersville, while Farmersville and Redwater are on the red teams. The blue team from Farmersville is dropping those tri-balls onto the spinning flywheel, trying to launch those tri-balls across the field. 1 or 2 of them landing on top of the net. If they're on top of the net, they don't count for any points. So for those of you watching at home, those 2 scored on top of the blue are not going to count for anything. Oop, the third one makes it up there. There are tri-balls flying everywhere. 32-410K from Redwater says, hey, we can do that too. And they're dropping some tri-balls on top of a flywheel as well, trying to get them up and over. A whole lot of tri-balls on the ground on the blue side, and the team from Farmersville just shoves a whole bunch more in. For folks watching at home that have no idea how this madness is scored, for every tri-ball that is inside of a red or blue goal and underneath the goal, it's going to be worth 5 points. If it's on the ground on that side of the field but not under the goal, it's going to be worth 2 points. So basically, the big idea is to make sure that all the tri-balls are on your side of the arena by the end of the match.
I need 75442G and 75442B on queuing 3.
And with that, we have 15 seconds left in the match. If it is time to elevate, it doesn't look like any of these teams are trying to do that right now. 32-410K trying to get it a couple more tri-balls across at the last second, not able to do so. Our ref is adding some tri-balls because of a violation there at the end, I do believe. They're counting it all up, and that score will show up here on the screen momentarily. In the meantime, on qualifying match number 2 here on Field View, on the team, we have check 1, 2. There. On match number 2, my mic's cutting in and out, so I apologize if we're having that issue today. On the red team, we have Country Screws from Sulphur Springs and Wildpack from Farmersville. On the blue side, we have the Impastas of Wolf City and Horchata House from Farmersville. That's who we should have on field number 2, getting ready to roll here in just a minute.
often so, but if it's in the corners,
Now,
then it's
you're going to have to go to the next one. So you can turn it up. Yeah, always look for the red no matter where they're at on the field.
I need Q5 to staging 1. I need Q5 to staging 1.
those pins suck.
We have a tip broken on it. We're trying to fix it real quick.
Like on this thing.
Yeah, we have the tip of the cable.
We get in that time, it's something in there.
Always.
But if it's this and you get it out of the way early, then I would be happy with you.
Yeah, but we're on time. Yeah, we're scheduled to start in 5 seconds. And then just go backwards. Then we get to 30 minutes again. We can never get past 30 minutes.
Somebody always had a question.
Yes.
But 30 minutes behind schedule is not a bad thing for
Well,
an
we
intern.
started off at like 50. Because like the first several matches, like I had to write somebody up. It was all of the first like 6 matches.
We got an extra tip. Oh, they're fixing this. It's going to be run field 3. He's
So we
fixing
have a
that
few
too.
things.
You want to go ahead and skip over to field 2?
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and
All right. All right, we're having a field issue on field 2, so we're going to go ahead and run field 3, qualification match number 3. So go ahead, come on over. If you're on qualification match number 3, we're going to run that first. 75442G, where you at? Where's your G team at? All right, who? Okay, where's your G team at? Guys, what kind of controller y'all running? Where's your controller? Let me see it.
Wait, we should be on that side. Yeah?
I'm defense.
No, we're on that side.
What's wrong with your code, guys? Have you turned it off and turned it back on?
behind this tower.
Oh.
Honey, wrong way. It's got to go the other way.
Okay, go over this side.
Over this side. You can you can be right on the line. Like you can be right here, but you can't be past that. Okay? Okay.
Turn your brain off and turn it back on. Yeah, turn it off. Turn it off completely. Our G team is having a code issue. It says it's running a legacy controller. We're trying to figure that out for them real quick.
Aiden, come here.
All right, we're going to get ready to start on field number 3. And are we ready on the blue side? Blue side, are we ready? Red side, are we ready? Yes, all right, here we go. Autonomous. You got to be in the driver's box. You cannot be outside of the tape. Autonomous in 3, 2, 1. And 32-410M from Redwater scores a blue tri-ball. So blue's going to take autonomous. We're going to move on to driver control in 3, 2, 1. And everything's off and moving. You got to drop the tri-ball. You cannot throw it onto that flywheel. 75442 is having some issues moving. It said a while that they were having a legacy controller issue. I think they're going to have to update their code before their next match. That'll be all right for them. They'll get it figured out before the end of the day. 75442G has a coding issue. They're going to have to update that. In the meantime, their partner, 75442H, also from Farmersville, trying to stop the blue team from getting these tri-balls over, but they're not having just a whole lot of luck. 75442B just steadily dropping these tri-balls on that flywheel, launching them over to their partner from Redwater, who is filling that goal just as quickly as they possibly can. Both blue robots now up and moving. Both reds are down. This is going to be a pretty one-sided match. Blue should have this one unless some miracle happens for the red team. It is definitely a code issue for the red team. It is not a field issue. We're seeing it on our side of the field. All of our stuff is working correctly. Both of these teams going to have some connection, some things looked at from the red side before their next match, but that'll be okay. They'll get it figured out and get back out here on the field in about 20 minutes. And that's going to be the end of that match. I got a feeling the blue team's going to take it. And we're going to move back over here to qualification match number 2. Now that we got all of our field issues worked out over here. I got the score for match number 3 on field number 1. That final score for that last match, 123-25, before it all ended up. They're having another match issue over here. They cut the cable and it's not really. Yeah. It'll be all right. We'll get it caught up. Cable. Do you want to take them and move them to the other field? For those of you wondering what's happened, we had a controller cable. The tag on it broke right before our first match. So we're down to one field for the moment. We got to rerun a wire really quickly. We'll get that back up and running. In the meantime, we're going to pick everything back up and continue to use field 1. So we're going to run match number 2 on field 1 in just a minute. So match number 2, once again, is going to be Sulphur Springs and Farmersville, the Country Screws and the Wild. Facing off against the Impastas of Wolf City and Horchata House from Farmersville. The red team waiting on the G team to get their program up and running. 75442G. Get your program running. They're working on it. All right, we got everybody up and running on field number 1. Are we ready on the red side? Red team, give me a thumbs up. Blue team, give me a thumbs up. Autonomous in 3, 2, 1. Our ref gets ahead of our announcer, and Autonomous starts real quickly. 75442W scores 2 in the red goal. I'm no mathematical genius, but there's more in the red than there are in the blue. It's going to be an autonomous tie, and we're going to move on to driver control in 3, 2, 1. They're off and moving now. 13113E. That's going to be the Impastas off and trying to get things in there. Punching those things over as fast as they can. While 23835C from Sulphur Springs is dropping those tri-balls onto that flywheel, just trying to get them across off that flywheel just as fast as they can. Wolf City back to the puncher in the corner, just tossing them across just as fast as they can over there in that corner, while their partner from Farmersville trying to get their tri-balls shoved into that blue goal. The W team from Farmersville tries to block and then says, no, I think I could just score these things over here in the red goal, and that's what they're doing now. They have stuffed that red goal about half full, and now they're getting back in front of Wolf City, stopping them from punching that thing over. They've got almost all their tri-balls onto the field at this point. And there's a whole lot of rubbing going on right now. They are just running into each other back and forth. This is one of the most violent games I've seen in VEX history. 30 seconds left in the match. And the Wolf City team just drives a whole bunch of them over the top of the barrier. And it looks like one of our teams from Farmersville is high-centered, cannot get off of a tri-ball, can't move, can't do anything right now. It's one of the red teams. Their partner says, that's okay, I can just score a few more. Don't have to worry about getting you off of it just yet. And that's going to be the end of the match right there. Autonomous tie. Nobody gets that autonomous advantage this time. It looks like that red goal might be a little more full than that blue one, but they're counting it up to make sure. And we're going to move on to qualification match number 4 in just a minute. Qualification match number 4 will be played on field 2. So if you're in qualification match number 4, come on over to field 2. We're ready to roll. Qualification number 4 to field 2. That's going to be 2148C, the metal brick from Greenville. We've got 16765B, Raider Prime from Winsboro. That's going to be the red team. And on the blue side, we're going to have 2148A, the Tech Gears from Greenville. And 75442R, Rowdy from Farmersville.
I need Q6 to staging 2
All right,
and
we're getting ready to
Q7 to
start.
staging 1.
Getting ready to start qualification match number 4. Are we ready on the, we said no, a big giant no from the blue team. As soon as I start talking, red side, are we about ready? I got thumbs up from the red. Thumbs down from the blue. And a chain snapped on the blue robot as they're trying to set it up. This might be disastrous for them. We'll see how it goes. It is that time. Are we ready now on the blue side? Get your stuff plugged in and your stuff up and running. All right, blue's got their stuff running. Ready on the red side. They say yes. Blue says yes. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Autonomous. Red quickly scores a red try ball. There's 2 red try balls in a goal. And unless a miracle happens, red's gonna take it. Red's gonna take autonomous. We're moving to driver control in 3, 2, 1. They're off and running. 21-48A with one wing out, one wing retracted. Tries to score a green try ball. While the team 16, 75-6 from Raider Prime, that's Winsboro, dropping those try balls onto that flywheel and shooting them across violently all over the place. One goes all the way into the stands. This is a violent spectator sport today. Try balls flying everywhere. 21-48C with a massive blocker trying to keep one team from launching those try balls across. Not able to get a whole lot of them blocked, but they got a few of them. But just scored a whole bunch into that red goal on their side. Once again, a very violent match. These robots are just ramming into each other at every turn. And blue, in goes a whole bunch for the blue team. 75442R just scores several on that blue goal. Once again, red does have the autonomous advantage right now, which is 8 extra points on their, to be added to their score at the end of the match. And right now, it is still anybody's game with 20 seconds left. And we're getting to that 15-second bar warning now. You cannot touch the sidebars of any team. If you're touching the sidebar, if you touch the sidebar of any opposing team, then you're going to wind up getting a disqualification or at least a match-affecting bonus.
I need Q7 to staging 1. Q7 to staging 1.
And we're going to be moving on to qualification match number 5 over here on field number 1. And qualification match number 5, we have Big Country from Sulphur Springs and Bad Decisions on the red team. I love that team name. Who came up with Bad Decisions? Which one of those was that? You, I love that. That is great. And then we have the Vehicular Bot Smashers, or VBS, on the blue side, paired up with the Baby Cubs from Greenville. So VBS and Baby Cubs versus Big Country and Bad Decisions. Our refs on their way. Are we ready on the red side? Yes, we are. Are we ready on the blue side? They say yes. Here we go. We're moving on to autonomous. As soon as the ref gets her lives together, you're welcome.
Okay,
Here we go. Autonomous in 3, 2, 1. And they're off and moving. We got one blue try ball scored in a goal, one blue try ball scored on the ground. right, blue's going to take autonomous, and we're moving to driver control in 3, 2, 1.
I need Q8 to staging 2.
They're off and moving
Q8
very
to
quickly.
staging 2.
The vehicular bot smashers are quickly launching a whole bunch across and into the opposing zone before they are smashed by one of the red robots. Both red teams are on the field, and now we got one in the corner that is just same sort of strategy, dropping these tri-balls onto a flywheel, high-spinning flywheel, trying to just launch them across and close to the goal for their partner to shove into the goal a little bit later. 21-48Z trying to gather up a couple over there in the blue corner and shove them into their goal. They're successful with a couple. Punches another one in while their partner just steadily popping them back across that barrier. Once again, it is 5 points for every 5 points for every single tri-ball in the goal, under the goal, and 2 points for everyone on the field on their offensive zone. Right now, it's looking pretty even. Red may have a slight advantage, while 21-48Z and 7-5-4-4-2X are just slamming into each other over here in the corner, not doing a whole lot of scoring or de-scoring in either way. (21-48Z) finally puts another one in with just the nick of time, and that's going to be the end of match number 5. Qualification match number 6 back over here on field 2. We've got 4-4-3-1-6A, the Micro Mustangs from Red Lick Middle School. Where's their Micro Mustangs? Which one of y'all is the Micro Mustangs? I love that. And then we got the Clankers, 2750B from Miller Grove. Where are the Clankers? Clankers? All right, then on the other side, on the blue side, we have, once again, the Impastas from Wolf City and Hammy from Redwater. Is that right? So who's going to win the autonomous this time? Which team's going to win the autonomous? All right, we got one team confident with a Hammy from Redwater over here. Tie, so you're going to tie. All right, are we ready on the red side? Good, are we ready on the blue side? All right, here we go, autonomous in 3, 2, 1. And 1-3-1-1-3-E quickly shoves a blue tri-ball in the red goal. 32-4-10K, about half in, half out. It may still be touching. If the tri-ball is touching that robot, it does not count. And our ref says the autonomous is going to go to the red team because blue broke the plane of the goal. So we're going to move on to driver control in 3, 2, 1. Both blue robots broke the plane of that autonomous no-go zone. You cannot cross into the plane of the opposing team's goal or across that double line across the middle of the field during the autonomous portion of the match. If you do, it's an automatic win for the opposing team. Four, 3-1-6A. Looks like they're getting ready for this bowling strategy that we've seen a lot last week at the high school, where they're just filling up that alleyway and then they're going to just try to get it out of the way. 1-3-1-1-3-E says, nope, not going to let you do that. And they smash them into the way in just the nick of time. 32-4-10K clears that alleyway that the red team just filled up. They made that bowling thing work for them. I don't think the red team was quite expecting that to happen. Now 32-4-10K getting their flywheel launcher running over there in the corner. Now they get a couple of them over. See if they can score any more in that blue goal. Right now it is all blue team with only 4 tri-balls scored. for the red team at the moment. 32-410K. Looks like they may actually be high-centered on the barrier, but they may be hanging. It may actually work in their advantage if they're high-centered and hanging. They cannot be touched at this point. If they are touching that blue bar, they'll actually be hanging, but our ref's checking it out right now. They're not, but it still counts, she says. So it is a hang from the blue team. A level A hang from the blue team.
Yeah. Q8 to staging 2. I need Q8 to staging 2. I also need Q9 to staging 1. Q9 to staging 1.
Moving on to qualification match number 7 over here on field 1. We have the Baby Cubs and KGBZ from Redwater on the red team facing off against Big Benny's and the Wild Pack of Farmersville. So we got Greenville and Redwater on the red team facing off against Farmersville and Farmersville on the blue side. I'm still missing a robot. Which robot am I missing? Ah, there it is.